Welcome back. Bob Bell here again. We're getting quite a few phone calls today, which I appreciate and enjoy. This program is for you. It's a Your Handyman program, and I'm here to take your phone calls. As Mike said, we're at 656-8134, and we've got calls coming in. Let's go to the phones. Hi, this is Bob Bell. You're on the air. Hello? Hello?
Yes.
There you are. Okay. Can I help you? This is Bob Bell. How are you?
Okay. I was listening to your conversation on breaking up the concrete.
Right.
And I'm just curious about one thing. I've got a patio where I plan to put a wooden deck over. And the landscape guy had suggested that I break up the concrete myself, that it would save me some money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that means that I should get an electric jackhammer.
Well, let's talk about your patio. Do you know if it's been how thick is it?
I don't know if it's been reinforced. It's approximately 8 by 14 feet, I guess.
8 by 14.
Yeah.
There is and has been patio installations where they have not used heavy reinforced metal.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as I mentioned before, a driveway has a different pour of concrete. In other words, it's a much harder pour from a strength standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually what they call curb and driveway concrete is usually about what they call 3,000 pounds pour. Now, without getting technical, what that means basically is that there's a good chance that the concrete in your driveway or the driveway that this gentleman called earlier about is a lot harder than what might be in your patio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there could be a situation with your patio where you could just as easily break it up with a sledgehammer.
That's what I was wondering about. I was trying to save myself a little energy, though.
Yeah, well, that's the way to go, though. If you want to invest the money into renting an air compressor and a jackhammer, it'll get it out of there quickly. And
well, I can swing a sledgehammer, but I just thought I'd listen to the other gentleman. The thought just occurred to me whether it'd be worth it getting an electric.
What size is your patio again? 14 by?
Roughly 8 by 14, or 8 by 20, I would guess.
8 by 20.
And I don't know what's below it.
Right. Again, depends on how close you are with your friends and how strong they are. Whether there's some young teenagers in the neighborhood that would like the exercise and getting ready for football or spring or summer sports.
I'm not going to lay anything. I'm just going to rip it out.
Rip it out, right.
There'll be a deck over it, but I was wondering whether it'd be easier to get the electric hammer than trying to swing the sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer, it certainly would. Really what we're talking about here is, running that versus doing it yourself. And and you're going to do it yourself either way, but doing it with a sledge, and whether or not price is a factor, money is a factor in this. I believe in using the proper tools and equipment wherever I can. And in this case, it might be a situation where it can be done either way. It just happens to be whether you want to be involved in swinging that thing for pretty much a full day.
Well, I assume that most of your home supply or places around town would be able to rent the equipment I'm talking about, the electric.
There are rental places that specialize in rental of equipment like this. And I'm not really plugging anyone, but if you look in rentals in the Yellow Pages, you will find who is available and who can take care of that for you. And just give them a call and get your prices first. In fact, call 2 or 3.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All righty.
Thank you.
I appreciate your call. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
656-8134. Let me make sure I get the number right. Is our number. This is Bob Bell. I'm on Your Handyman program. We'll be here for another 10 or 15 minutes, but we're going to break for a commercial right now.
You're tuned to the Handyman, Your Handyman program right here on WILM News Radio 1450. If you have a question, we have a few minutes left. We can get your call in. The phone number here is 656-8134. And then again, following Your Handyman, we go right to the magic of Orioles baseball. WILM News Radio time, 1:50.
If you intend to buy a new car in the next 12 months, listen to this.
It's Holiday Lincoln Mercury 72-hour sell-a-thon. Starting Wednesday, April 11th until Sunday, April 15th, Holiday Lincoln Mercury will be open 72 hours, including Sunday, for this special sale with special prices, prizes, and giveaways. Test drive any new Lincoln or Mercury and get 2 passes to Delaware Park and 4 passes to a show at the Sands in Atlantic City. And if you're one of the first 100 people to drive, you also get a Unisonic pocket calculator. But that's not all. With your purchase of a new 83 car, you'll receive a Cabbage Patch doll, and with a purchase of a new 84, you'll get a trip to the Bahamas. That's right, Cabbage Patch dolls and a trip to the Bahamas. They'll have magicians, clowns, balloons, and lollipops for the kids, plus free hot dogs and sodas. Don't miss this sale. Prices are slashed. It's 72 hours, and it's only at Holiday Lincoln Mercury, 38th and Market Streets. Look for the searchlights on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings, and the 7-story higher balloon on Friday and Saturday.
Welcome back. Bob Bell here. 656-8134 is our number. We're going to be bumping up against Orioles Magic Baseball here in a few minutes, so we'll maybe have time for one more call. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're on WILM, and I'm Bob Bell.
Yes, Mr. Bell, I'm worrying about my backyard. It's really a mess. I have a lot of problems with weeds. I haven't really done any work on it, and I was wondering how to go about working on it, what products to use, and what's maybe the best way to start it. It's mostly just weeds, and I don't know what product to use or how to go about working on it, whether to tear it up completely or just reseed it or use a weed killer.
Well, if it's mostly weeds and you use a weed killer, you're not going to be left with anything.
Okay.
When you say mostly weeds, do you have any grass at all?
There is some grass, some parts are bare, of course. And what happened was when I moved in, there was the lady had it, never really took care of it. And there was a lot of places with leaves lying in the areas, of course, so it killed the grass there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have gone out and raked up the leaves, but, the grass hasn't grown up or anything in that spot, but in some spots there is grass. And I was sort of, trying to figure out how to go about just fixing the yard up and what products to use mostly.
Okay. First situation sounds like if you got bare spots, grass will grow together to a certain degree, but if you've got major bare spots, I would reseed those areas. When you reseed, you also run into a problem of using any kind of weed killer in those areas because it'll kill the grass seed along with the weeds that you have. So selective killing of the weeds using, first of all, this time of year, to prevent crabgrass in the summer, you use a pre-emergent with a fertilizer, which what that does is stop the crabgrass seeds from developing. You then go into a straight fertilizing program, and then that would be about June, and then you take a look at, after you've cut the grass and the weeds you have, if you've got any left, using a product that has a weed killer in it, but trying to be careful keeping it away from the areas that you've seeded with the new grass. Really, it takes 4 or 5 mowings of grass for it to really get strong enough and established before you can really use a good weed killer program. The alternative to that is redoing the whole lawn, turning it over and reseeding everything. That's something that I think you have to balance out with the costs of weeds killers and fertilizers versus either reseeding the whole program or even sodding, which is becoming more and more popular today, where you just go out and kind of scratch up the surface and put it down.
Isn't that pretty expensive using the resod?
Yes, it is.
Very expensive.
Right.
Okay, is there any products, Mr. Bell, you would suggest using to, of course, with seeding first and then fertilizing?
Well, certainly one of the Scots and their turf builders is something that you see in the newspaper every day.
Okay.
There are any number, I'm not really plugging any one, but they have a good program, and I know they use a Lawn Pro program, and if you follow their directions, if you still got a decent stand of grass along with the weeds, it's a very effective product.